Buckle up, Marvel fans. We've got some breaking news when it comes to Marvel's Fantastic Four. And just like all the other reports about the Fantastic Four, this has all been quite the crazy roller coaster ride. But in this video, I'm going to break down all the news that came out this week and clarify the latest on who is actually going to be playing the Fantastic Four and what's going to be happening in this film. Smash a freaking like on this video and let's begin. Okay, so first up, there were a couple of stories that came out earlier in the week. One of those stories ended up being true. One of those stories ended up being false, at least according to the newest reports. First up, there was a report that Matt Smith was actually going to play Reed Richards, that he was actually the last person that Marvel had made an offer to before the writer's strike ended. And the internet seemed to be very split on that one. I personally really don't like the idea of Matt Smith being Reed Richards. I just don't see it at all. However, this apparently was a real thing. Marvel was making an offer to Matt Smith, but apparently they haven't settled on who actually would be Reed Richards. In fact, My Time to Shine Hello actually stated later on after this report first came out that Adam Driver's still technically in play. And the latest on Driver is like really weird. There were reports that he passed on the role because he couldn't connect with the character in the script. But the reports before that were that he wasn't getting enough money to sign on for a big Marvel contract. So who knows for sure, but the latest reporting is saying that Matt Smith will not be Reed Richards, and I'm all like, thank God. Now, the next report that came out, which actually appears to be true, is that Sue Storm is going to be the lead of the Fantastic Four movie. And I need to clarify what this means, because I think this is going to drive some people crazy. I think this is the same thing as saying that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be the lead of Kang Dynasty, which, by the way, if you didn't know, that's the current rumor, that Tom Holland is going to be the lead of the Kang Dynasty movie. But when that rumor first came out, a bunch of Marvel fans were like, wait a minute. This guy can't lead the Avengers, but that's not what that means. He's not going to lead the Avengers. He's going to be the lead of the movie, which means that his narrative, his first-person narrative, is going to be the primary focus and the driving force of the film. And I think that's exactly what's going on with Sue Storm. I think Sue Storm is going to be the main character of the film, not the ipso facto leader of the Fantastic Four. I'm going to talk more about this on the live stream that I'm doing tomorrow, so come on by for that if you have any questions, you want to know more about like what I'm actually saying here. But essentially this appears to be true. Sue Storm is going to be the lead character of the movie. But now buckle up, because the news gets even crazier from here. First up, we know who Sue Storm is, or at least we have a 99.9% chance of knowing who Sue Storm is. On the Hot Mic podcast, Jeff Snyder informed everybody that he has heard that Vanessa Kirby is 100% signed and will be Sue Storm, and she will also be the main character of the Fantastic Four film. I think that's a huge W. I like Vanessa Kirby a lot. I actually like her more for Sue Storm than I even did Margot Robbie. I think it's a great choice, and I think Namor agrees. But next up, some really crazy stuff happened because Jeff Snyder kind of got into some hot water when he talked about how he had heard that Jack Quaid was going to be playing Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. And this blew up almost immediately. I think partially because it's just been such a slow news week, and just in general, news has been really slow since the strike. But as soon as Jeff uttered the name Jack Quaid, that shit started trending. And I could see why. I mean, I really like Jack Quaid, man. I think he's actually a great pick for Johnny Storm. I started to get really excited about imagining scenes with Jack Quaid and Tom Holland, because of course Johnny and Peter end up becoming friends and are even roommates at one point in time in the comics. And it was kind of funny because people were talking about this online, and already, even as they were talking about how excited they were about this rumor, they were talking about how it's probably going to change in a week, because yes, the casting rumors for the Fantastic Four have been insane. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's going to be this person. Oh, it's going to be this person. Oh, it's going to be this person. And this roller coaster ride did not disappoint, because from that height we fell, as Jeff Snyder was informed live on the podcast via one of his best sources that it's not actually going to be Jack Quaid as Johnny Storm. Even Jack Quaid himself himself tweeted about this. This is crazy. He says, hello, everyone. Nope, not playing Johnny Storm, but hey, I'm flattered. Now that you're here, though, donate to SAG-AFTRA Foundation if you can. Now, we did find out who's actually going to be playing Johnny Storm. It's apparently Joseph Quinn, who was somebody that was rumored a while ago. Anyway, really weird time on Twitter there for a second, but it appears that we're actually going to be getting Joseph Quinn, who of course is from Stranger Things, and he's going to be our Johnny Storm. I gotta say, I also love that casting choice. Think this dude's awesome, has the Johnny Storm vibe for me, even has more of a Johnny Storm vibe than Jack Quaid, if I'm being honest. So that seems like a 99% there, and that's really cool. Now, in the middle of all the other chaos that was going on during this podcast, we did get a lot of other information as well. Like, number one, Reed Richards has not been cast, but it's very unlikely to be Matt Smith, which I'm happy about. Could end up being Driver still, could end up being somebody else, somebody that we had no idea was even in the running. And according to Jeff Snyder, they absolutely have someone cast as the Thing as well. It's not going to be Paul Walter Hauser, and I don't think it's David Diggs either, because Jeff had said earlier on in the podcast that Marvel wanted a quote-unquote fat white guy to play the Thing, which low-key actually sounds perfect for Ben Grimm. So apparently they've got a Thing as well. It's some fat white guy, and maybe we'll find out who that is soon. Now, Jeff also mentions that Galactus will be Latino and he'll be in the movie, and according to Giant Freaking Robot, this is actually Antonio Banderas. And this was corroborated by a lot of different folks when that story first broke, so it seems like a safe bet that you're going to get Antonio Banderas as Galactus. But there you have it, guys. That's all the latest that we have about the Fantastic Four casting. And real quick, I do want to say, a lot of folks are probably confused, like, how is all of this happening during the strike? Well, the news cycle is usually a little bit behind what's actually going on, so a lot of this stuff was probably decided before the strike even happened. But regardless of all of that, this is the latest information that we have, and as more information comes out, we will cover it for you here. Let me know what you think about the Fantastic Four news. And again, come on by the live streaming channel tomorrow. We're going to do a big stream talking about this, breaking on the ins and outs down of it. Smash like on this video if you enjoyed it. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.